If you feel like you've wasted a day or you've wasted half a day, that's fine. There's always tomorrow. Hi everyone, I'm Eunice. I graduated about a year ago, so the student experience is still very fresh, and I'm here to give you some tips on time management that will hopefully be helpful. A caveat before I start is that my time management is far from perfect and nobody's is, but here are some tips. Tip number 1, a healthy routine. So I think a good starting point to having good time management is to have a routine so that you can plan around it. So what this means is that as far as possible, sleep at a regular time, wake up at a regular time, eat at a regular time, get enough rest, get enough exercise, all the things that you probably know you should be doing. So that's a starting point, a healthy routine, so that you can do tip number 2, which is to plan your time. And once you have a healthy routine, it's going to be easier to plan. I recommend having a calendar or a diary of sorts to help you plan your time. I like to color code, which means I have different colors to mark different things. So work, like essay submission deadlines, assignment deadlines, that's in one color. Social activities, movie nights, hanging out with friends, that's in another color. Things like talks or webinars, that's in another color. And then things I most look forward to, that's in another color. So for example, here I have a trip to London that's highlighted in yellow, something to look forward to in a month. And of course, put in some of your regular routine things that you do as well. So I have church, for example, on Sundays. You could have kind of regular gym days, for example, that you want to include. This would be good for you to help plan your schedule. Set goals for yourself. Set manageable goals. So if you say you have an essay submission deadline, then plan your time so that you can work towards that. At the start, budget more time rather than less. Don't overestimate yourself. Give yourself more time. And once you're a bit further on in your degree, then you'll know how much time you will be spending on each thing. And then you can then budget for socials or other enjoyable things around your work. Tip number 3 is to be disciplined. So as a student, while we might not like it so much, work should be our priority, and it should have been more of a priority for me. Hopefully it will be more of a priority for you. But be disciplined with your time. You have a calendar, you've planned your time, you've set your goals. Be disciplined and try as hard as you can to stick to it. And what might help is you could kind of reward yourself by saying, okay, if I work for 2 hours straight on this essay, then I can afford to go out for dinner because I'll have done enough work. That sort of reward system worked for me. You can also, well, my experience is that procrastinating on my phone was something I did a lot. So you could also download apps to help with that, like Flora, which helps you to kind of be off your phone and be productive for the time that you set on the app that you want to be off your phone for. So that's tip number 3. Last but not least, tip number 4 is rest and be intentional about it. So schedule rest time, schedule breaks. You can't be working the whole day, nobody can. So schedule half an hour breaks to take a walk or drop in on a friend, see how they're doing, or rest in the evening. So don't work at night, for example, if you're able to get enough work done in the day. So I had friends who took a Sabbath rest day. So they would take a day, it doesn't have to be Sunday, just a day of the week where they would not do any work and they would rest, do things that would recharge them, would relax them, and would help them prepare for the week ahead. So I thought that was a good idea. Conclusion is not to be a perfectionist. So I said that at the start, and I think that's really important. No one's going to be perfect at time management. I certainly was not and am not perfect at this. And don't be so hard on yourself. If you feel like you've wasted a day or you've wasted half a day, that's fine. There's always tomorrow. So don't be so hard on yourself and make sure you enjoy your university experience. It's a once in a lifetime, so make the most of it. That's it from me.